How's it going, everyone? The NHL 18 trailer is out, so here are my thoughts as a goalie on the trailer, as some of the new features I believe indirectly affect goalies and it's important to talk about. Usually I'm very harsh on their trailers, especially if you saw my last video. I actually think this is one of their better trailers compared to previous ones. The whole point of a trailer is to grab my attention, and the new features do just that. Now goalies, I don't think they made a single save. They could not throw us a bone. I'm sure there's going to be more information as we get closer to release, but the new Deeks, defensive skill stick, the new game modes, it has my attention until more information is released. The between the legs pass one-timer, I thought it was sick as fuck to watch. I was not expecting that, and I'm a goalie. I wonder how easy this pass is going to be to pull off, whether we're going to see 10,000 of these a game in drop-ins. The Hosang toe drag flip shot. That is a disgusting shot attempt. But as for Matt Murray, the goalie, fuck that spinning save animation. That move rarely works. If you're a goalie like myself, that probably just gave you bad memories and nightmares. The defensive skill stick, I thought it looked really cool. You see the defenseman leading with their stick and he swipes at the puck. I'm going to give more thoughts on that later on. They also showed threes mode. It looked very arcadey. It could be an interesting way to get goalie practice. That was one of my first thoughts. A lot of 2-on-1s. I'm going to get more into that later as well. I want to get right to the EA website. Alright, so we're back. We are on the EA page showing all the new gameplay features. Let's get started. First up, we have the defensive skill stick. We saw a little bit of this in the trailer before. Keep your stick extended against an attacker to disrupt the play, and even sweep your stick back and forth to cover a zone. Now, I'm very curious to see how this is going to work, how effective it's going to be. For example, let's say you're on the penalty kill. Are we going to see 4 guys in a tight box, just sweeping their sticks side to side, making sure they block the passing lane? And also, what will the controls be to sweep your stick? I'm going to guess and say it's something similar to the puck chop. Obviously, we don't know right now, but whatever the buttons are, it's actually pretty important compared to, what last year's control scheme was. So next up, we have the creative attack Deeks. We saw this in the trailer as well. The between the legs, the backhanded toe drag, the cheeky puck flip. Now, as a goalie, this should make breakaways a little bit more difficult. Nothing too crazy. The main thing is that the skaters have more choices to shoot. Now, if you played on old gen, the Xbox 360 or PS3, the one-handed Deeks, it's actually a little bit important just to know how far across they can reach and then decide whether to bring it back to forehand or not. If it's a lot of horizontal distance, it'll make things a little bit more difficult. If you played, on 360 and PS3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to all these fancy Deeks, you probably won't see most of them on breakaways unless they're deliberately trying to go for a highlight reel goal. So overall, it's not that big of a deal, but breakaways might be slightly more difficult. Next up, we have creative AI. Year after year, they're always trying to improve their AI. There's always something wrong with them in certain situations. I play a lot of sixes, so this is not my thing, but I'm sure you guys know. And hopefully, they make some big strides here as well. Now, this is actually pretty cool. Authentic 3-on-3 ESHL. You no longer need to, sixes. You can go 3-on-3. Now, as a goalie, this could be great goalie practice, especially if it has the tuner settings that are similar to ESHL or the exact same. You're going to face a lot of 2-on-1s, a lot of breakaways. It is the perfect scenario for learning how to read plays, and this is how we get better as goalies. Next up, we have the hockey training camp. It's basically tip videos. They try and show you how to get better at the game. I think the game needs a legitimate tutorial. When I first started playing all the way back in NHL 11, I played the tutorial so many times until I knew what I was doing, and it helped teach me a lot of things. In this day and age, all the new features, I think it's too hard for a new player to just pick up the game and learn all the buttons, and they're going to get their ass kicked and they're going to get frustrated and just put the game away. That's something that I'm hoping that this can help address. So now let's get to the next part, which is the threes. Come on, load internets. I believe in you. There we go. So this is actually one of the big new game modes. An arcade style 3-on-3 hockey. You're going to notice it's a smaller rink. It's going to be faster hits, faster shots, bigger hits. It's going to be a lot of scoring in this game, especially, you know, if you're a goalie like myself. It might get frustrating, but it's going to look really cool. So let's see what we have here. So 3-on-3s, you can play online or offline, co-op or competitive. Now the offline stuff actually intrigues me a little bit. Hopefully there's a lot of depth in this part, otherwise it's going to seem like a little bit of a waste. But you see we have the Pacific court, so I'm guessing you have to do a bunch of challenges here, and then eventually just take on all of North America and perhaps the world. I don't know whether we're going to go to Europe with all this. But no, you can unlock teammates' jerseys. That's funny. Maybe some guys are better at shots, maybe some guys are faster, maybe some guys are bigger hits. So that'll be interesting to see as well. Now, all new action, no offsides and no icing. So anything goes. Cherry picking could be a legitimate thing, but when it's 3-on-3, you know, that could backfire as well. Every penalty leads you to a penalty shot. So if you're someone that needs breakaway practice, depending on how different the tuners are here compared to ESHL, this could be perfect goal. This is gonna be perfect breakaway practice. Play by your rules. That part doesn't interest me that much. How many minutes the goal limit went by 2. All right, that's fine. Let's see, the broadcast, commentary, presentation, the new arenas. Actually, this part interests me a little bit. It's not gameplay, it's a little bit of, you know, flair. You got to put some new flair with this. It's very colorful mode, unique on ice designs. I'm actually going to zoom in just to show you guys that. Let me zoom in. There you go. See the icing right there? The icing, it's fucking ice. The patterns they have on the ice is very colorful. It's definitely different. That's the whole point they want to show. They want to show that it's more arcadey. So you can unlock patterns on your ice. It's cool. Obviously nothing gameplay related, but it's a nice flair. It'll make me go, oh, that's nice for about 2 seconds. Then I'll get back to the game. Look at how colorful this is. The ice. It's trying. I don't know. It's almost like a blast from the past sort of sense. But 3-on-3 online. If you want it, that'll be 6s. Now it says 3-on-3. I find that weird. Join 2 other friends and pick your team. But if it's really 3s, isn't that sort of 4s because of your goalie as well? So does that mean one player is always going to be a computer? You know, maybe that's something they can fix. If it's a typo, it's a typo. Because it should be myself and 3 friends and make it 4-on-4. But we'll see what that's all about. Couch co-op. But this is all about, look at all this customization stuff. It's a lot of customization options. Ooh, let's take a look at their goalie mask. Let's see if the goalie has anything here. I can't tell. The pictures aren't that good. I wanted to see how fancy the goalie masks were. Maybe that would have revealed a customization feature. It doesn't look like we can tell. That's mainly it for, you know, the ESHL, the summer goalie stuff. I mean, here we have what's it called, expansion mode. You can either take control of the Golden Knights or create another expansion team, a 30-second team. You know, you can take them to North America or you can take them all the way to Europe. I think it's pretty cool. Create your own mascot. I've actually found this to be pretty funny. You know, I wonder how much time was spent on this. I know there's a lot of people getting angry about that. If it didn't take that long, it doesn't mind to me. And as I said, the Golden Knights, obviously GM mode isn't my thing. It used to be way back in the day. I just don't have time for it anymore. I know my buddy Tugi probably loves that. He's a big GM mode guy. Check him out if you haven't. Tugi24. And then compete any way you want. That's just saying there's a bunch of game modes. Online, offline, couch mode. There's a lot of ways to play. So we already went through all the main things. So those are my thoughts on this trailer and all the features. As a goalie, I gave a little bit of goalie insight to that, as that is what this channel is all about. So let me know your thoughts on the trailer as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. No goalie stuff right now. A little bit indirectly, but I'm sure we're going to get goalie stuff as we get closer. Don't get frustrated. There's still plenty of time until the beta and until the game's release. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.